I'm Jazzy and I post college related videos specifically around nursing. It's been a while since I posted a video or had time to film, but I finally found some time to just sit down and get some videos done for you guys, and I thought today I would show you guys how I like to spike my IV bag. I just finished my labs for this semester and we did practice this, and I kind of was able to find out what I like and what works for me. So I just thought I would do a simple little video on how to spike an IV bag and kind of narrow it down. I know for me I felt like in my lab when they were teaching us it was a lot of information, but when I actually thought about it, it was not that hard. So let's just get into it, okay? But before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to comment down below any video requests or questions that you guys may have. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And don't forget to follow me at The Jazzy Journal on Instagram and TikTok. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, so for an IV, it's really easy. All you're going to need is your tubing. Mine is already unwrapped. I had it in my practice bag, so that's why it's already unwrapped. Usually it'll already come in the package, which also is how I like it when it's brand new. But we're not as lucky today. And then I also have a bag of normal saline here. This is 250 milliliters. So this is the bag that we're going to be using today, and the one I'm going to be using to show you how I spike my IV bag. I also have myself a little container here. You're going to want to grab like a garbage can or some sort of container, because when we prime our line, you are going to have some excess come out, and I don't think you want to get that all over the place. So I would grab like a little jar or something to stick the end of your tubing into. And lastly, you're also going to need your connector piece, and this is what's going to connect into the line of your patient, and this goes at the end of your tubing. So to get started, you're just going to unpack your solution, but remember to do your first check and compare it to your doctor's orders and to your MAR. Make sure you have the right solution and that it is, you have the right amount as well. So to open it, it always has these little lines, like little cuts already in it. I just like to pull it open. You don't gotta be gentle with it, and I'll just expose the bag. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use this little part here on my shelving to kind of hang it up to show you guys. So I personally like hanging up my solution prior to spiking it. Some people don't. I've seen some people who actually just do it, put it upside down. I personally like being able to hang it up first, so just a preference, and I just think it's easier for you guys to see as well. Okay, so now you're going to go ahead and you're going to empty out your tubing. Okay, you're going to take it out of the packaging. I do have some fluid in here I'm just going to get rid of. What I like to do, so your tubing is going to come kind of like wrapped up weirdly like this. This is how I like to do it, because you can kind of see the full line when you first open it, but since mine's been already used, we're kind of just going to mimic. But when you get out of the packaging, it's kind of nicely rolled up with a nice little white tape on it, and I like it that way because you can kind of see everything moving through your tubing instead of just taking it out and just ripping it apart and it just being hanging. Again, there's people who like it in different ways, but I personally like to have it like this in order to see the fluid running through. So now before we spike the bag, we want to make sure, or you're going to have fluid running out, you want to make sure that you lock, that your line is on the down position. You're locking that line because you do not want fluid coming out. And then there's also a little clamp here, and we'll explain a little bit more later, but you kind of want to just open that up and open up that clamp so the fluid can run through. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and spike our bag. So how you're going to spike your bag is you're just going to pull off this little blue, I like to call it a little blue balloon, or I have some people say that they call it a cap, like baseball cap, whatever works for you. Now, to take the air bubbles out, because you don't want air bubbles, I like to kind of squeeze this little chamber here and push it in. And remember, it doesn't come out as easy as you think. You do kind of have to like move it in there. Okay, and you're gonna let it now hang. Okay, so like I said, when you have a brand new bit of tubing from your bag, it's kind of already jumbled up like this. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is you're just going to squeeze the chamber a little bit to start letting that fluid in. Okay, and you want about a quarter of it full. It also has like a little fill line as well. I had to see if mine had one, but it does have a little fill line here, and that's about how much you want in your chamber when you squeeze. You don't want to fill it up completely. Okay, so now this is in the off position. We are now going to open up the clamp and you're going to start priming. Okay, so then you see that little hole, you want to make sure your tubing is going through that hole, that it moves easily through that lock there, okay? Now you're going to take the end of your tubing. Mine, there's usually a little cap on it. I do not have the cap on it because, again, I've been practicing already. There's a little cap on it usually, but you're still, either way, cap or no cap, you're going to put it into the jar. Cap or no cap, I always think of Connor when I say that. He has this weird thing of saying no cap, or you capping, like are you lying kind of thing. I don't know why. But anyways, cap or no cap, and it has to go into a jar here, okay? Just so you're not spilling all over the place. Okay, now you're going to go ahead and move that roller up into the highest position, and you're going to open up your line, and you're going to see the fluid drain through. Now, I have it on the super high position, so it's flowing through pretty quickly. Now I'm just going to go ahead and move it a little bit down just to kind of control the flow a little bit, okay? Now, when you're doing this, I actually did a really good job priming mine because I don't have any bubbles to show you. But you want to make sure that you are getting no bubbles in your line. That's very, very important. If you are getting bubbles, I personally like running it. I'll open it up a little bit to let it run through very quickly to kind of push all those bubbles out, and then I'll close it again. Okay? Now, that's just how I do it. If you do have bubbles, just continuously start opening your little cap here, your roller, just to get the line filled with solution so that the bubbles start disappearing. I just find that works for me. Now, this is the part where we do math, and we're not going to do the math today because there's no math in this video. I'm just showing you how to do this, and I'm not in the mental headspace to be doing math right now. Let's say we did do the whole math that I have on my board from a previous video. Let's just say we did that math, okay? You are going to take your nurse's watch, I have mine here, and you are going to literally, it takes a while. I did this in my lab, and it really, I'm glad that now they do have like the machines, or else like this would just take up so much time. But in case you don't have machines in your place, if you don't have a pump, you're going to open your line and you're going to hit 1 minute, and you're going to see how many drops. So if it calls for, my thing up there says 33 drops, I am opening it up, I'm timing for 1 minute, and I'm going to make sure that 33 drops are dropping in that 1 minute. So we're going to say that's the amount, whatever that is in a minute. Okay, we'll say this is 20 drops per minute. Okay, now, once that's done, you're not going to want to keep, once you set your rate, you're not going to want to keep having to, every time you close your line, sit here for a minute and try and get that rate going. So that's where this clamp comes in handy. You can literally just clamp it. Clamp the line so no fluid is going through. And then when you're ready to continue the drops per minute or continue the solution, you just make sure that you unlock it where the tubing can now fit perfectly through that lock. Okay? That's how I do it. Because, and I just found, like, because when I first did in my lab, I locked this and then I had to go re-and-do it afterwards. And my teacher was like, no, don't do that, because you're not going to want to, every time you have to close your line, have to sit there for a minute and find the right rate again and sit there trying to get 33 per minute, or in this case, 20 per minute. So she demonstrated the lock, and I'm glad she did, because I really didn't even know what the purpose of this was until then. But yeah, very, very simple. And now, just to show you, there's a little cap that's on here. I would wear gloves for this because you really do not want to touch this part of your tubing, because you do not want to transfer any sort of infections or anything like that, or bacteria. So you're going to unscrew that. you're going to take your little line here and you're just going to push it in and you're just going to twist it on. And then this part hooks up to the patient's IV or wherever they're getting fluid from. So that's pretty cool. I really love actually spiking bags. I think it's like so cool, and it's actually for some reason therapeutic to me because it's like the one thing I feel like I can do right. Which is so bad to say, but you're going to feel like that in moments in nursing school where you're going to feel like I'm never going to be able to do this or memorize this, and it's just going to come to you. And spiking a bag for me is like one of those things where I go do it and I'm like, if I can do this, I can do something else, you know? If that makes sense. But anyways, that is spiking a IV bag for you guys. I kind of just like showed you how I like to do it, what makes it easier for me, and my little hacks. If you are starting to do IVs, I'm so excited for you because it is so much fun, and I hope that you guys enjoy it because I loved doing this in lab. If you're starting IVs, I'm so sorry for you, but it gets better, don't worry, because then you get to spike your bag. So, but yeah, that is the end of our video. I hope that you guys enjoyed and took something out of this video. For whatever reason that you clicked on it today, I wish you the best in your nursing school or in your lab or your class or in your clinicals, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!